Katrina Balfe, the talented actress, elegant icon of the Outlander series, has long been loved by the public not only for her outstanding talent but also for her privacy and sophistication in her personal life. However, in a special interview with The New Yorker magazine, the 45-year-old actress suddenly revealed a dark secret that she had buried for many years, and it caused a stir in Hollywood. "I have kept silent for too long, but now, I want to speak out, not to shock, but to free myself and speak up for those who have been treated cruelly in the dark." Katrina began the conversation with a trembling, but determined voice, haunting past behind the scenes of cinema. Katrina recounted the time when she first entered the entertainment industry, as a young aspiring model and actress. She was just 24 years old, and had just signed her first contract with an independent film studio in Europe. And there she met the most powerful man on set, a famous director and producer, whom she refuses to name directly, referring to only as K. "He told me I had potential, that I could be a star in a few years if I behaved properly. But I soon realized that his behavior was disgusting and unacceptable." One night after filming Wrapped, Katrina was called into a private meeting in the director's hotel room. There, he offered her intimate cooperation in exchange for a leading role in a major action film. She flatly refused, and the role was quickly taken away from her just a week later. "I felt disgusted, not just because of the harassment, but because of how the industry covered up for it. No one stood up for me. People just kept quiet, or worse, they thought it was normal." Depression and a strong comeback. After that incident, Katrina fell into a long-term depression. She abandoned many projects, lost faith in her career and in herself. But instead of leaving the industry, she decided to come back with a stronger spirit. She began to carefully select her scripts, always had a lawyer or manager by her side during every private session, and quietly supported other young actresses through organizations that protect women's rights in the entertainment industry. "I am not a victim. I am a survivor, and I want my survival to matter." It was when she joined Outlander that Katrina felt she was working in a safe and respectful environment. She is especially grateful to her co-star Sam Heughan, who was always supportive of her in the early days of the project, helping her overcome her fear of having to do intimate scenes on camera. Sam, when asked about Katrina's sharing, gave a short but emotional answer. "I know there's something in her eyes. An old wound, but Katrina is a fighter, and she deserves applause for her courage." Reactions from Hollywood and the online community. Shortly after the interview was published, a series of Hollywood female stars spoke up in support of Katrina. Actress Julianne Moore wrote, "Katrina said what too many people were afraid to say. She's not just brave, she's a voice for a generation." The hashtag We Stand With Katrina quickly became a global trend on Twitter and Instagram. Many online users shared their stories, creating a new wave of awakening about women's rights to safety and dignity in the arts industry. After the shocking interview, Katrina Balfe did not hide away like many people did after shocking revelations. On the contrary, she boldly appeared at public events, leading campaigns to protect women's rights in the film and media industry. A new fire was lit, not only in her heart, but also in the hearts of those who were forced to stay silent in the dark. Katrina, from fashion icon to symbol of truth. At the Toronto Film Festival, where she appeared for the first time after the interview, Katrina chose an elegant black dress, not fussy, not extravagant, but her eyes carried a strange calmness. On the red carpet, when the reporter asked, "Aren't you afraid of being isolated?" after revealing the truth, she smiled slightly. "I isolated myself for many years. But that silence did not protect me from being hurt. Now, I choose my voice." And she was not alone. Many younger female artists, who had worked with her or simply admired her from afar, sent their thanks, sharing publicly the bitter experiences they had buried. Among them were new actors who thought they were single cases, and blamed themselves. One young actor, who signed only as S.F., wrote on Twitter, "I used to be scared every time I walked into an audition room because I remembered the looks, the propositions in the name of career guidance. But thanks to you, I know that I am not crazy. I am not wrong, and I have the right to say no." A warning to the industry, Katrina did not stop at sharing her personal experiences. She is currently working on a documentary called Behind the Curtain, in collaboration with an independent film studio and a range of psychologists and sociologists, to look at abuse and harassment in the entertainment industry. The film will feature interviews with anonymous victims, whistleblowers, and those who have seen and ignored it. "I don't want to expose an individual. I want to expose a system that allows this to happen, to be repeated, and to be forgotten every award season," Katrina said at the project's announcement. Women in Film International (Wi-Fi) has invited Katrina to be its global ambassador, and is proposing to work together to create a mandatory code of conduct for all film crews in the UK, US and Canada. Sam Heughan, a friend, a constant companion. While Katrina was under pressure from the public, the media, and even some colleagues who secretly avoided her, Sam Heughan was always by her side, silently but persistently. Many people in the industry were surprised to see Sam turn down 3 big film offers, only to stay as an assistant director for the documentary Behind the Curtain. In an interview broadcast on BBC Radio 4, Sam said, "I didn't do this for fame or friendship. I did it because I believe Katrina is doing the right thing. And Hollywood needs to hear that, whether they like it or not." That public and steadfast support touched fans. Many called them a silent alliance for the truth. Although not a romantic couple as Outlander viewers had expected, they were a clear demonstration of a respectful and humane friendship between 2 big stars. Is Hollywood changing? Following the wave that Katrina sparked, a number of major studios, including A24, Focus Features, and Amazon Studios, have announced new ethics screening procedures for all production staff. A digital platform is also being developed so that actors, especially young actresses, can anonymously report inappropriate behavior without fear of retribution. Variety calls this the Balf effect, a wave of change that comes from a star who chooses not to be powerful or aggressive, but to tell the truth. Katrina, a new chapter, a new role. Many people thought Katrina would step back after that shocking revelation. But she did. She began writing a memoir, not about her career, but about the years, going through the darkness and still believing in the light. "I don't want to be a beloved character anymore," she wrote in an opening chapter shared on Instagram. "I just want to be a storyteller. And this time, I'm telling the real story, no editing, no cutting." A star on the move. With courage, honesty and perseverance, Katrina Balfe has transcended the title of TV heroine to become a symbol of a new wave of feminism, not loud, but persistent, not destructive, but regenerative. The truth she tells may be confusing, even disgusting, but it is the truth that lays the foundation for a cleaner, safer industry, where young people no longer have to sacrifice their dignity for a role. And if Katrina had to pick the most memorable role of her life, it would probably be the role of a woman who dared to say what no one else dared to say, and dared to endure to change the world.